9:21. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind schedule. Vitality Women's Clinic, Jackie and Stephanie. How are we doing today?
Doing great.
This is fantastic. So, it's all been great to have these segments on, and we just had Dale on last week, and my favorite part of that is I saw Dale at that fish fry, and I thoroughly thought he called me Chase. And but I was chasing my daughter around, and he said, "Are you chasing?" And I go, "No, my name's CJ." And I'm realizing I'm losing my hearing by the day. Jackie, as we go into this, before we get to know Stephanie a little bit more, we're a couple of weeks away. We're 10 days away from the big day.
Yes. That
is the big dinner. We have over 300 people so far registered.
I'll tell you what, we're actually closing in on 375.
Fantastic.
And so, the response has been remarkable. People are excited. We have some amazing sponsors that are coming in. They're filled tables, and everyone's just excited to be a part of this night because we're going to be sharing some incredible stories, all local stories of people being impacted in this community. So
fantastic.
It's going to be a fun night.
Well, and now as we get into this, Stephanie, it's nice to get to know you here. And you're a patient service coordinator, and you run the parenting program, too, with Vitality. Yes. Let's talk about really just how you got started with the organization. What led to that?
So in 2021, my job was going to end. And so I saw on Indeed an ad, and I realized that the patient services coordinator is something I could actually do. And then it led me to realize that back in 2014 we adopted my daughter, and when I met my daughter's birth mother, I had asked God to lead me into a position where I could work with birth mothers, and this was it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it worked beautifully. What
an interesting perspective to be on, too. And I only say that because, you really get to see the flip side of that. If, parenting isn't, the best option, adoption or those other, facets that are out there. And it's, really interesting to get your perspective on that.
Yes. And it also opened up for us to have an open adoption so that we can have this beautiful relationship with my daughter's birth mother. And so, and then working with the women that come out to Vitality has been just amazing, whether they're there with an unexpected pregnancy or they're for parenting classes. It's just an amazing experience to be there.
Well, I'm sure it's nice for the individuals that are there to know, not just what options are there, because we can always Google that or find that out online, but to meet, and to work with someone that has, lived experience with that and with open adoption too, and just going through it, I think that's really beneficial for everyone.
Yes, it is.
Take me through the interactions with the patients when they first come in, and really how important and crucial, your role is in that first couple of minutes of getting to know them.
Yeah, so myself and Laura usually greet them at the window, and that's really important to be caring and understanding when they come into the window, and then walk them through their paperwork process. Once they get that done, they're able to come back with us as an advocate. That's also part of my role. We get to sit down, like you said, talk about the options, get to know them. The relationship piece is very important because that helps them feel comfortable. And it helps them to just kind of be able to relax a little bit and talk. And we talk all about different things. And usually it's led by them. We'll give them questions and they answer. And you kind of get to know them.
Yeah. Well, and, when you're getting to know them and whenever you're having those first interactions, take me through what those conversations look like in case, someone's out there right now that goes, maybe I need to stop by Vitality just to see what those options look like.
Sometimes it can be very emotional. There could be some tears. And that's where we are there to kind of help them navigate through that grief. Sometimes it is just a challenge, but we're able to love on them because that's what God has called us to do, is to love on them. Whether they're there choosing abortion, we walk with them and we tell them about the options and we let them know that we're still there for them, because afterwards, if they choose abortion, afterwards can be just sometimes very hard for them.
I'm sure.
And so we're still there for them with our peace ministry. And so we want them to know that we're there to just kind of help them and guide them. We do talk about parenting as well with them. We talk about adoption with them. We've had several that have changed their decision and have chosen to parent. And so we get to celebrate with them when their baby is born. And if they choose the parenting class, we get to continue keeping in touch with them.
When you're working with someone that is going through the parenting classes, or they're in that decision of, maybe they come in and they're affirmed, hey, we're going to go with either adoption or abortion or, anything other than being the child's parent, and they decide, afterwards, after meeting with you guys and learning about some of the classes, that they're going to do this. Take me through, what emotion goes through? Is it mostly based out of, in your opinion, is it based out of not knowing? Is it fear? Is it just the way, we were raised and we don't want to do that to this potential child? I'm curious about that because I think it's important for the public to know.
I think sometimes they just, they have fear. Fear of the unknown is for everyone. For sure. And pregnancy is that unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, through your pregnancy. You don't know what's going to happen at the end. Sometimes it's finances. Maybe they feel they're just not making enough money at this time, and that's where we have resources for them. There's a lot of resources out there for women who are pregnant, a lot more than there used to be. And so that's where we like to help guide them to find those resources. And usually if they choose to parent, we do really like to encourage them to take the parenting classes because we are also a resource for them.
Well, and what do those parenting classes look like? Is it is it a weekly class? Is it dependent on? Is it at the pace of the student?
Well, with doing the parenting classes, we do it weekly. Okay. It's an online-based class, so we meet together weekly, and we watch a video. We talk about the video, and we give them just ideas that go along with whatever the topic is, and discuss that with them. Ask them their questions and things to see where they're at. Yeah. And a lot of them, some of them are moms already, and they're in there, and they still come away learning something new.
Well, I was going to say that could be for anybody, truly. Well, yes. And I think the other, whenever you're working with the mother, coming through, do a lot of the women that come through have support systems, or do they use Vitality in the parenting classes for support? And I'm sure that there's, there's different ratios and things you look at, but just off of, what you see, just top of your head knowledge, is there normally a support system there? Sometimes okay.
They have it. And sometimes they take our parenting class. They may have the support. They just take our parenting class just to learn.
That's what I was curious about.
Yeah, we have a lot that just take it to learn, And
it's a great idea.
And we do encourage them, come in and shop, because we do have a beautiful resource shop. It's full of all kinds of clothes and donations of diapers and wipes and pretty much everything that the baby needs. Wow. So we encourage them to come in and shop.
I just think it's incredible that, as we're talking about this, just the whole, the spoke of the work that you do and the individuals you work with, because, like you said, I'm sure there's emotional conversations and very tough situations that you guys walk into each and every day, and we don't want to take away that side of it because it is very serious.
Right.
But, also individuals that go, hey, I really just want to become the best parent I can be, or I want to utilize some of the resources. That's a great thing, too, to be a part of.
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
it. Add that on to the medical side of things that Vitality does that we've talked about so many times. And Jack, you got a winning team. I'm telling you, this is good.
Well, this is what's so incredible is I can't imagine doing this without Stephanie and without Laura and Lori and the I have such an incredible team that are so gifted at what they do. Like her history of what she did in her educational background and how she's worked with students in schools and different programs, and then her own experience as a mother. I mean, we have a team of people that are running in the right lane, and I just try to get out of their way and let them do what they're so good at doing.
Well, I think that it's really, you can see that it's about the mission for everyone on the team, because, heck, we all work, that do, and we know the office conversations typically when I was, there's always a complaint or two hurled throughout the day, but not at Vitality. It really seems like no matter what, you guys are there and you're there to work,
I think there's that understanding that, life happens. Everybody has things happen to them, and as a team, we all come together, and if somebody can't be there because of something happens that, with their kids or get sick or, just life happens and they need the day, someone else steps up and fills the gap, because it's, the strongest teams are the ones that know that nothing is completely dependent on that one person or that one spoke.
Right.
It's we're interdependent on each other, and we all come together to make sure that the mission moves forward and that everyone can be running at full cylinders. So when they need that time to take a rest or they need a day off, they can do that. And when they come back, they're ready to run, and we just keep going. And that's, I think, 30 years of that success comes through the strength of people like Stephanie that give everything they have into making this mission. You know, it comes from the heart.
Yes,
and I think that's where it starts.
Absolutely. You guys can go online now to vitalityspeaks.net, and we'll take you there. This is the link to get the tickets to the annual dinner. And what I think is great, it's free, but you can also sponsor the event. We'll come back and we'll talk about sponsorship opportunities. It's 9:33, a little bit of change, and more of this great conversation comes your way next.
Firearms training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Tom Wells,
an assistant chief of the Godfrey Fire District. He has been a firefighter and an EMT for over 20 years. Tom is currently an instructor in the Lewis and Clark Paramedicine program and has 2 degrees from LC, fire science and nursing.
I'm Tom Wills, and I'm a trailblazer.
If you think you might be pregnant, you don't have to face it alone. At Vitality Women's Clinic, you'll find the care you deserve. We offer confidential, no-cost pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, and STI testing. Our team is here to listen, support you, and help you understand your options without pressure or judgment. Walk in or make an appointment today. Call 618-466-1690 or visit vitalitywomensclinic.org. Vitality Women's Clinic, clear answers, real support.
Welcome back. 9:35, a little bit of change. Back with Jackie, back with Stephanie. Stupperich. Stupperich. Ah, damn it. I was bouncing from trying it to, I didn't want. I normally botch something in an interview.
Well,
they have a tape.
It looks like Stupid Rich. So, yeah.
Stupid Rich. I like that.
Yeah.
I got it right this time.
Yes.
I'll come back to it at the end of the conversation. That's how I'll circle back in and get the win. What's your favorite parenting class to teach?
Oh, that would be toddler play. Because my background was in special education, so I learned a lot about sensory with working with some of the students that I had. And so toddler play is all about getting down and getting dirty with your kids.
That's awesome.
You want to be able to open them to different things, different sensory things. So that's where I come in, and I'm able to like talk to them and share what little things it takes just to sit down and do sensory things with your kids. Because a lot of young kids nowadays, the electronics, that's taking away from all of their senses, and so they really need to get in and get dirty. And be able to do things like pushing on Play-Doh and playing in sand and to experience those things.
Well, I'm telling you what, I have a 16-month-old that's figured out how to turn the phone on, and I'm getting, and she's not allowed on it. She just keeps trying to grab it and play it. I'm like, no.
Right.
But you're right, and that's really important stuff. And now, real quick on your classes, is it, do you start kind of all together on one course and kind of ride through the class together?
So when we started the curriculum that we use, we kind of wrote a year out, and so we kind of roll through from the starting point of, I'm pregnant, through to now we're in toddlers. But we let women come on all year round into the classroom, and they just circle back around. So they eventually come to that beginning point.
Fantastic. One, it's all really important stuff to learn really at any time, and to get refreshers along the way. Right. I think it's fantastic.
Right.
So, take me through, you mentioned the resource shop earlier, and you've touched on this a little bit too. Jackie, what is that? Is that open to the public, or how does that work?
So our resource shop is mainly for our women who are in our parenting class, because they take the parenting class and they earn points.
That's right. Okay,
so that's kind of like money for them. And then they can take their points and come in and shop for things they need. We have women who sometimes are last minute calling oh my gosh, I ran out of diapers, and I need to get some diapers. And so that's why they have points.
Gotcha.
We do sometimes have needs that come in from the public that we have helped out if we could, with some of their needs.
I hear you.
Yeah, for diapers or wipes.
Like a case by case type of thing.
Yeah, sometimes, usually we like with foster care parents.
Gotcha.
We've done help with that. When they're getting a new foster child and they don't have the things they need. If we have some, we share with them,
Well, and I just think it's really good for the people out there to know that. Like we talked about earlier before break, it's really not just meant for one specific individual,
right.
And even if if someone that, everything's good, you got that support system, why wouldn't you take the parenting classes and take advantage of, getting some of those points and becoming a better, number one, you're helping yourself and your child. So there's not a bad incentive there.
Right.
And then two, if you can use those points for things you need, because I can tell you how many times it's been 1:00 in the morning and I'm like, God dang it, I got to run somewhere that's open 24 hours.
Exactly.
And it's great to have.
And, our children are born without an instruction manual. And so, even as parents, already taking the parenting class can be a refresher on, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, that gives us that instruction manual, with the parenting classes.
Perfect. Well, and this is where I think it goes back to, guys, and this is why I never really look at it, but it's really with Vitality, I love these conversations because the more that I'm even learning about it, and I knew about your guys' mission, I think it really becomes a lot clearer to the public about what really the service is and, what you guys are here to provide, and that's just support and resources. And I'm really excited about the men's opportunity that's coming up too that Dale mentioned. It's going to be great. April 11th, you can come and you can support Vitality. That's 10 days away. And the way that this year is moving, that'll feel like 14 minutes. It is just flown by. Normally I hate January and February, and hate's a strong word. I do not like them, but I don't remember them happening this year.
Yes, they were fast. Very fast.
It was like Thanksgiving was last week. I don't even remember. Things have just flown.
You got to get tickets if you want to go and get signed up.
Absolutely.
It's going to be important. Now you're keeping it within 2 hours, or
2 hours. 8:00, everyone's walking out the door. That's our goal.
God love you.
Come in, enjoy a good meal. At Bella Milano, beef tenderloin, chicken Milano. You can't beat it. Right. And then here's some really incredible local stories. Enjoy a good night, and then go home knowing that you can feel really good about having an impact in a mission that is so, helping so many in this community. And I'll tell
you see how many people, not to cut you, how many people in the community it's helped. That's where I think it's so surprising where, it's, and I don't want to say, you should, everyone walks around and, promotes it, but maybe this, I don't want to say shame, but just the public perception on, going through services and, not being able to talk about them. I think if more and more people just said, I use this, I think that there'd be a lot greener horizon, pastures out there too.
Right.
It makes it easier to have the tough conversations. Because I feel like there are some topics that people just don't feel comfortable talking about. But if they know there's a group of people that are out there having the tough conversations and doing what we can to provide
and that have lived
for the
it.
need, and that have lived it.
It's not just some.
We're not speaking it from a place of unlived experience. Like everyone that's involved has had some experience that showcases why we're so passionate about the work we're doing. And so it's truly from an empathetic place of, I hear you, I get it.
Yes.
Let me run alongside you. You're not alone. And I think, and in that, it's been so incredible. Since we've been doing this, we've had so many people reaching out and saying, let me donate something. We had somebody show up not too long ago and brought a whole pallet of formula. And so, it has an expiration date on it. So we're in a hurry to get it out in the community. So we're putting things out saying, who do you know? So many local moms have just been handed cases of formula for their babies. And so thank you for all of those donors that are doing these things that we're able to continue to do more and more. And it's just been, it's been fun.
And our baby resource shop, it sometimes even gets done by people doing baby showers.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love a baby shower? I mean, and so people do a baby shower just for Vitality. And so it's resource shop. And so that's an amazing thing to see what these people bring in for us.
Yeah.
Some of the cutest clothes.
Another
baby.
Well, and I think I think too, that's where it's got to be a good kind of side of the coin for what you guys do, because I'm sure that it gets tough, and to me it would be impossible not to live with the individual that comes in the door, because even if it's a great, things are good and we're just kind of doing classes, or hey, I'm in a tough spot and I really don't know what to do. It's hard not to become invested in the person.
Right.
And so I don't know. I just think going into this, I think it's so important that, as we wrap this up, how do you think working with those individuals and having these conversations, at what point do you see the impact of Vitality? I think that's the best question that I can ask you to wrap this up.
Absolutely.
Well, through conversations with them, sometimes when they are at that undecided stage, having conversations with them and seeing them come to the realization that they are valued, that they do matter. Sometimes that gives them confidence to make that choice to parent.
Is that why you keep going, doing working with Vitality every day, do you think? What is the biggest reason that keeps you waking up and walking in the door?
I love seeing these ladies come in, just to come in and share their story, to just talk to us a little bit, or even in parenting class, making those relationships and having them call up and do things like, can you pray with me today? I'm having a hard time. Or hearing Laura take a phone call next door, and the girl might be going through something, and she's like, do you want me to pray for you? Those are things that keep us coming every single day. Seeing the moms come in to shop with their little ones, that's a success story. Seeing the moms that come in after they may have made the choice to have an abortion, and they come in to go through the class, the peace ministry, that's a success story. So seeing all these success stories come through, that's what keeps me coming every day.
Fantastic. Stephanie, it's been great chatting with you and getting to know you more, and really just keep up the great work. And Jackie, as we get back to the 11th, tickets are available, vitalityspeaks.net. We'll take you right there to it. How can we support you guys throughout the year if we can't make it the 11th?
I'll tell you what, it's actually on the 10th.
Oh, and, God,
that's
okay.
That's okay, though.
I've been saying the 11th all show.
That's okay, though. But, it's the links will show. I love it, though.
I do get paid, I promise you.
No, I think it's incredible because there's so many people that have done so many great things. And so we'll have the event on the 10th, and then we'll do the baby bottle campaign. We'll kick off on Mother's Day. That will run through Father's Day. But there's so much more with this new program we're building with our ambassadors program. So we have the Granny Gang.
That's cool.
I love, man, I'm so excited about the grandmas because they're doing things that they can do, whether it's writing that handwritten note, hey girl, you got this, keep going. Or the street team, we want to be in our community events. So we want to be at the Easter egg hunts. We want to be at the 5K runs. We want to just be out in the community sharing stories and telling people what we're doing. The student interns, like we offer these intern programs.
Yeah.
And that, to bring in the talent of the next generation, and they can help us. Like, I pretend I know what I'm doing with social media, but let me tell you, it's like,
you should see it for me.
And to have these kids that are so good at it, they're so natural, and they're just, so we want to work together with everybody to really just engage the community, because I really feel like that's where it starts.
Well, it does, and I think that the more that you have these conversations, I think, like we said earlier, there's so many people that you guys have impacted that those conversations become easier, because it's only a matter of time before they go, oh yeah, I worked with Vitality, I worked with whatever branch of Vitality we're on now, whether it was Thrive and Arms of Love, you name it. It's really important to have those, and really to say you're not alone, and it's not someone preaching to you, it's someone that's lived this and wants to help you through it too.
Yes, I think that's it. And come to the dinner. You'll hear the stories
on April the 10th.
On April the 10th, you'll hear one of our board members talk about it. She was going door to door, and the people that would come up and have that conversation of, I was a patient of yours 20 years ago, and today I'm holding my grandbaby, or it's incredible. I'm forever in awe of the incredible things that the team is doing, and it's just getting really fun. So can't wait to tell you. We'll bring you every week right here.
I love it.
9:20. Make sure you tune in every week, because we've got more stories to share.
And really just a lot of great ones too. And like I said, Stephanie, thanks so much for stopping by. Jackie, as always, see you next Wednesday at 9:20. And then for all of you, we'll link this in a write-up on RiverBender.com, including ways that you can get tickets to the 10th. You are 9 days away, not 10. Come back with more next.